What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Informed Trader. My name is Chris. Every week on this channel we go over the stock market, looking at different ticker symbols and trading strategies to give you the information you need to make the right investments, okay? I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I really would appreciate you hitting that like button and subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. Thank you for all the support. We're growing as a community here and couldn't do it without each and every one of you. So if you could hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. Now today we're talking about Palantir, right? A lot of stuff happening in the last 2 weeks. We had the alexkarp interview, the CEO of Palantir, a couple weeks ago, which was great to see. I really enjoyed listening to what he had to say and how he answered his questions. He's not just shilling his company to you. He's talking about the long-term value that Palantir has, which is what a lot of people have trying to been established, and I've been trying to establish on this channel. But we've also had some major moves to the downside, okay? But the problem is it's not just Palantir, right? It's the entire market itself. We're hitting lower lows when it comes to the downward pressure, and we'll see if the bleeding continues to go in the coming week, right? We could be entering sort of a bear market. We're definitely in a sell-off right now. Let me go ahead and show you my holdings. Okay, so update for me, I currently own 300 shares in my Robinhood account. 300 shares of Palantir at an average cost of $25.37. So I was originally around $27 in, so I was able to lower that down, get up to 300 shares, and ultimately I'd like to have 500 shares in the short term and then just continue putting money into it as time goes on. Total return right now, I'm negative $800, so this is a big chunk of my portfolio overall. Like I said, I have multiple accounts, but in my Robinhood, it's obviously, 95% of the portfolio diversity here. But anyways, let me know what you guys have in the stock currently, what you're sitting at in shares, and what your average cost is, all right? But obviously, the tech sector and EV sector have been hit very hard in the last 2 weeks, overall the last month. But I'll tell you what, there's one thing that I know is that I have never been tempted to sell, okay? And the reason I've never been tempted to sell is because this is a high conviction company that provides true value for me, okay? They provide value, and I look at the future of this company, and there's nothing wrong, right? They're getting everything right. If you listen on the last earnings call and you understand what's going on, the short term doesn't matter, okay? Now, I will say be watching for the short term, okay? Because you got April 14th, which was demo day, coming up very soon, and I foresee that giving the stock a little bit of a boost, as long as it's not so pressed by what's going on in the market right now. So you're running out of time to kind of get these discounts. We could drop further. I have no idea what this week holds. Definitely keep your eye on it. I've read some articles saying that they expect a market reversal very soon, and they're explaining that some abnormal sell-offs had been happening over the past week, Thursday and Friday, which pushed the market super red, and they're expecting a reversal soon. But I also see that futures are down. So we don't know what the market has for us in the coming weeks, but I do know that these are the prices you want to be getting in at. We could drop to 18. I don't see it, because if you look at the 3-month chart, or even since it's existed over the past few months, you're looking at that $20 wall being a huge support line that Palantir has had since December, okay? And we seem to be holding that despite all the sell-offs for now, and anything can happen. We could easily break through that just because of what the market's doing. But do realize that institutions are buying in at these levels. For one, Cathie Woods and ARK Invest have put a lot of money into Palantir, all right? They doubled down, okay? 783,000 shares were bought on Thursday of last week, okay? On 3/25, added to their ARK fund. And the day before that, they also added 1.2 million shares, okay? So ARK Invest has really been putting a lot of money where their mouth is, talking about, during times of market sell-offs and a bear market crash, they're going to put their money into their high conviction stocks. And so they've been buying up a lot of Palantir during these dips, averaging down, of course, and that's super encouraging to see from me. I also read of another institution. I can't pronounce the name of it, but it's an international LLP that also bought over 4 million shares on Friday, okay? So you've got a lot of big money, big institutions that are buying at these levels, okay? So they're seeing the dip. They're looking where it's at. They see where the support line has been, and this is where they're doubling down at. And as I was saying before, during times of a market sell-off, no one wants to buy when stocks are red. They want to buy it when it's green, right? No one wanted to buy Bitcoin when it was $3,000 to $5,000 a coin. That most people didn't get interested until it broke 20,000 and 40 and 50. But if you would have got in when no one else was wanting to buy, you would be up a whole lot more. Be quite wealthy, actually. And I'm super thankful to be in these value stocks. I've done my research and I've developed a conviction on them, because if I was in AMC or GameStop heavily during times like this, where there's a market sell-off and it's finally getting to AMC and GameStop where they've suffered from it as well, I would be wanting to jump ship with those stocks. I don't look at AMC and look at that as one of my high conviction stocks. Not that it's terrible. Same with GameStop. It's just not one of those companies that can really justify super jumps in prices. They're waiting for an anomaly to happen with these major short squeezes, hoping the price to get to $200,000 for AMC. Like, it's more than likely not going to happen the way they think it's going to happen, all right? It's just the way the world works. Like, it just doesn't go in the favor of all these people trying to make the impossible happen all the time. So I'd rather be doubling down in a value stock like Palantir, where there's huge future growth projections and talking about price targets, right? In the short term, I'm hoping to see $30 in the next 2 months. But if the market continues to swing the way it is, that's not going to happen, obviously. But definitely be watching for demo day. But on your 3 to 5 year projections, you've got, of course, what I had talked about a couple weeks ago on different analysts saying this was going to hit $350 a share. But you've also got a lot of people talking about even more, $400 to $500 price targets, evaluating the company at $1 trillion. So definitely be paying attention. This is the time to be doubling down on your high conviction stocks. You never know how long the dip is going to last. Hopefully we're in that W-shaped recovery where we're not going to be here for long. So anyways, guys, I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know down in the comments where you're at in your position on Palantir. I know some of you got crazy holdings in it, way more shares than I do, plus a better entry price. So thanks so much for watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button and sub. It really helps small channels like mine out. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. You're on The Informed Trader. My name is Chris, and I'll catch you in the next video.